Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the very first episode of 12 Steps with Whiskey Business. I am your host, as always, one half of Whiskey Business, Tag Team Champions, Brayden Marshall. And with me, as always, Backwoods, Jonny Ryda.
Hey, what's up? We ready to do this 12-step gimmick?
We're being joined today by a young man that I know very well. Maybe the only person I've been on the road with more than my tag partner. That is, of course, Christopher Prince.
Whoa, Daddy, here we are, living large on the road with Whiskey Business, Jack.
And you know, the whole point of this podcast here is to emulate, if you will, or
authentic experience.
Replicate the authentic experience of being on the road on the way back from a show, right? And what better way to do that than to record on the road on the way back from a show? I know, sounds crazy, right? So we are heading back right now from Yorktown, Virginia, MATW.
Yeah.
It's about a 300-mile drive.
Almost 6 hours.
Almost 6 hours. About a 350-mile drive, I believe.
Well, that's from Brayden's house. Jonny, Ryda, and myself have to then partake even further distance.
That's right. Listen, this wrestling thing, this road trip thing is for the birds.
Did you just yawn?
Yeah. Brother, I'm tired. Listen.
You want this wrestling?
It's late. It's currently about midnight.
Yeah.
Right? And
we still got another little over 4 hours left.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm going to need to stop and get some coffee just to do this damn podcast gimmick. But nonetheless, we'll talk about just being on the road, right? So maybe we share some road stories. Maybe we share some fun times on the road. Maybe some not so fun times on the road, right?
Yeah.
Chris, you want to start us off?
I can start off by saying whenever you're in the car with Brayden Marshall, and there was a one point in time in our lives consistently where I probably spent more time with this man than his wife did. I'm sorry.
Anyway, Chris, tell us about just an adventure on the road.
I don't know, man. This has been an adventure on the road. I'll tell you right now, we were at MATW tonight. They hated you and loved me, baby. That was fun. I don't know, man. What?
Now, Jonny, why don't you get us started here with a nice road story?
I'll talk about when we was on the road to Florida here recently.
Okay.
Westview,
Florida.
Oh, yeah.
9-hour drive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a pain in the ass.
Yep.
But had my first Buc-ee's experience.
Damn right.
Hell yeah.
So nice we had to hit it twice.
That's right.
A little throwback to old Jimmy 2 times on that one.
Yeah.
Buc-ee's was awesome. Never been to Florida before, so that was cool.
You've never been to Florida?
No. It was dope.
Jonny, I was trying to tell Jonny about Buc-ee's, and I said, "Oh yeah, man, there's gonna be like 150 gas pumps," and he goes, "Sure." And then we got gas at pump number 221.
Yeah. Definitely an experience, and not a bad thing in there, really. It was dope.
You know, from the beef jerky to the trail mix, from the brisket to the hoodie I bought my dog, everything's quality.
The breakfast burrito was on point.
What was it, like the beast burrito or something like that?
Yeah. Was it like bacon, sausage,
That joint was fire. Drew Hood ate like 2 or 3.
Yeah, but, you know, he's a body guy now.
Yeah, he is a body guy. He's a body guy. Well, he's not really a body guy because he won't tan.
Chris, what was your first Buc-ee's experience?
What was my first Buc-ee's experience?
Because Buc-ee's is a staple of the wrestling road trip, right?
Yeah, at this point, I think a wrestling road trip, I think you have to stop at Buc-ee's even if you don't buy anything. You just want to go in and be like, what is this? Yeah, man, Buc-ee's, for those who don't know, is essentially a giant gas station. which also works as kind of like a supermarket, but like a nice supermarket, like a really small Publix. Like, I don't know if they got roast beef, but I'm sure you could like find, like, if you were like, hey man, I want some boar's head, they'd find a way to get it to you. You know what I mean?
They got fishing equipment.
Yeah, they have fishing equipment,
Grills, cornhole boards,
yeah.
Like
lawn chairs.
Coolers that hold 30 packs of beer. You know,
You might
I'll
have
scope that out.
to put that to a test.
Yeah.
Anything worth buying, you can probably buy at Buc-ee's, I think. So we went through the Buc-ee's, on our way to Crestview, Florida. Had a good time there at that show.
Yeah. Ate some vegan pizza.
Ate some vegan pizza for the first time.
Sure.
That was different, but man, it was pretty damn good.
It was not bad. Like,
Yeah.
I went in expecting it to not be good at all, and I was pleasantly surprised. Doing the gimmick there, and then sleeping 3 hours in the hotel, and then getting back in the car.
Some of us slept 3 hours in the hotel. Some of us didn't get any sleep.
I think I have sleep apnea. I'm sorry.
Brother.
And the beers that I drink after the show, probably doesn't help that.
Because Christopher Prince is like, boys, we should get some beers. We got some beers back in the hotel room. So, of course, Johnny's like, well, hell yeah. We buy some beers. Chris takes one sip, and he's like, boys, I'm bloated, and I'm going to go to bed. So then Johnny had to kill the whole six-pack. Basically, that's how that happened, right?
I killed the whole six-pack and drank a tall boy on top. So.
That's right.
I shouldn't have told him to get the Blue Moon, because I'm not a big drinker. And the Blue Moon is just, it's very, like, thick. Like, it's, I don't know.
Yeah, so, but Chris, you ought to know better when you're on the road with Whiskey Business. There's probably going to be some beers, some whiskey, some cigars, some rats, the whole deal. That's how we... What?
You can't say rats.
Why not?
We're not out here, but we're not out here banging rats.
Well, speak for yourself.
All right, man.
How about them Waxalls?
Brother.
No, Waxall does have crazy freaking rat. I'm like, yo, stay away from me.
We just out here trying to have a good time on the road. Stop it.
Stay away from me, buy a t-shirt, you know what I mean? Like, that's okay.
Stopping at Buc-ee's and Florida, Virginia today, all over the place, man. And that's really what makes wrestling special sometimes, right? Is these road trips that, let's be honest, right? They suck, right? We all wish we weren't doing it, but at the same time, we all appreciate doing it, right?
You just got to make it fun. Like, that's the biggest thing.
You got to make the most of it. It's really, it's the same with anything in life, right? Anything that sucks, you just try to make the most of it. You try to make it as tolerable as possible. And when you spend 9 hours in the car with Drew Hood, it can be pretty rough.
He just talks in promo.
You just try to make it as tolerable as possible. Actually, that's not even true. Here's the thing. We spent 9 hours with Drew Hood, and he barely talked at all. He slept almost the whole ride there.
He slept the first 2 minutes he got in the car.
He was out.
Yeah. I look back, like trying to have a conversation, look back at him. He's fast asleep with a protein shake in one hand and a beef jerky in the other.
Yeah.
Old boy brought a whole cooler full of just chicken. Unseasoned, boiled chicken. Am I lying?
No.
No, you're not.
My God.
He said he seasoned it, but I couldn't tell.
I didn't see any seasoning.
No, I saw that. I saw that
chicken.
chicken. I saw the skin of that chicken plain as a day. It came out of his mama.
Yeah, that's about as... That chicken is about as white meat baby face as they get. All right? That's unseasoned Chase Emery style chicken. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Just vanilla. Not seasoned with vanilla. That might have been an improvement. No. But no, man, we had a good time down there in Florida. Long road trip, but had a good time. A lot of great people at that show. Got to spend some time with some people we really enjoy. hanging out with old August Artois.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Had you guys met him before?
No. Yeah. I met him
Yeah.
Where'd you meet him, John?
August the character.
I met him in Burlington.
Yeah.
We did a tag match there like a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it was one of the first tag matches we had together.
Yeah.
Really?
It was almost 2 years ago.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway.
The dude's a character.
Yeah. He's a character. He had this one lady just going.
Yeah.
You know?
before the doors even opened.
Brother, are you a baby or a heel? Hey, man, I'm a human being. I got 2 heels. What's up? I got wrists. You know? Anyway, Chris, any notable road trip stories for you, or road trips that stand out as, exceptionally fun or interesting? Brother, when you're going to be on the podcast, you got to be prepared to engage in conversation. That's how this goes.
We've done a lot, man, but I only know how to speak in the way that I speak, to you guys, like in the car. Like naturally, like I don't know how to turn on Christopher Prince right now. Like I'm tired. Like I really just want to be Chris right now. But you know what, dude? Like I just want to talk to you the way that like we usually speak to each other, but the way that we usually speak to each other like would concern a lot of people. So I'm trying to think of like how to word the things that I want to say.
Yeah, usually the way we speak to each other is me saying awful things to you.
And me just being like, "Oh my gosh, dude!"
You saying, "Yeah, my dad says that too."
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Actually, that's what I was about to say.
Hey, listen.
No, I'll tell you.
Christopher Prince and I have been in the car together a lot, right? Spent a lot of time together. We were down there in Florida, made that road trip, and it got eerie how often we would accidentally say things in unison.
No, it's not just happening in Florida. Like it's happened before then.
Yeah, but that was the only time it's happened like multiple times in one road trip.
No.
Yeah.
No, you say that. No, it's happened before then, but no. That's why I was freaking out about it, because you were like, dude, it's not that. And I was like, no, dude, like it's happened before. It's been like, you know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, I'll tell you about a fun road trip story I had. Daggum. Here's a cool road story. We got on the road, 7:30 in the morning. We're on our way to Tennessee. Very early in our careers, we're just excited to be going on road trips, to be making towns, brother. And we stop at a Shell at 7:45, and Brayden goes, "Hey, how funny would it be?" And I said, "To do what?" He said, "Actually, don't worry about it." We go, we're pumping gas in the GMC Yukon and out.
Go to take off.
Yeah, well, we're going. We're putting the gimmick back in the nozzle. Kyle pops his leg.
I think we're back in the car before this happened, weren't we?
No, we were not in the car.
First time.
No.
Was driving.
No, driving the first. No, this is the first stop. We put the nozzle back on the gimmick. The door is open, but you're not in the car, and your leg pops up like on the little like floorboard deal, like the Yukon. It's like your legs like. Your knee is like above your whatever.
It's like a Captain Morgan kind of deal?
Yeah, like a Captain Morgan position, and
you gotta let the people visualize.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know you're
an audio only format.
You're the best damn commentator.
You actually picked up your leg like they can see you.
Yeah, I know, hoping that you would have a freaking. Anyways, and then out of his hoodie, whatever he had, he pops out a tall boy, cracks it open, takes a sip. Now, it's pretty early in our careers. We don't know how to road trip yet. We're stopping pretty frequently. We stop, take a piss, buy some snacks, get in the car. Sorry, guys, can't have an open container on the road. Pop that something open. Drink like half of it, and then throw it away. And he would do that. He did that several times.
At every stop.
And he did it on the way home, too. And that's probably like one of my favorite, because it was just so early, and that was just the first time anybody did something like that. I don't know, popped the hell out of me.
Yeah, man, I remember that. 7:30 in the morning, tall boy, blue moon.
Hell yeah.
Just getting things started. and went ahead and drank a beer at every stop.
That sounds like my kind of road trip.
It was like a damn Blue Moon. What? Miller Lite. What? Bud Light. What? You know what I mean? And it kept going, and he didn't care. White Claw. What? What's the other? Like Truly. What? And he just kept
There was
going.
a Mike's Hard.
Yeah. There was a Mike's Hard was in there. Smirnoff was in there. What?
Yeah. A Mick Ultra.
What?
You know, we're just out here, brother, just drinking. Yeah. We stopped way too many times. Now, it's funny, we do like a 6-hour road trip, stop once. Then we were stopping like every hour.
Yeah, dude.
Just
Yeah,
amateurs. Amateurs. You know, on the same token, let me talk about a road trip story that, we had a lot of fun. It's myself, Cam Jackson, Christopher Prince.
Oh my gosh.
Navy Van Calvin.
Oh wow.
All right. We show up. We're meeting up with old Jimmy Two Times.
Gosh.
And we're meeting at Jimmy Two Times' house. No, we stayed the night, didn't we?
Yeah,
we stayed the night.
We got off of work.
Listen, hold on. House. Let me just put this. We stayed the night at Jimmy Two Times' house, where Christopher Prince was afraid of a cat.
I didn't sleep a wink.
He did not sleep. He's afraid of cats, guys. Which explains a lot. Man, don't like. So.
It'd be really funny if it bleeps it out.
So. Anyway, we wake up about 4 a.m. We're trying to hit the road, 4:30, 5 o'clock. We're about to hit the road, and Jimmy Two Times pours a couple of shots.
Damn.
Jack Daniel's Sinatra Select. Good. And I said, oh, Jimmy. And I actually didn't even call him Jimmy. I called him by his shoot name, but I said, Jimmy, it's 4 o'clock in the damn morning. And Chris, remember what he said?
He said, you can't drink all day if you don't start on time. Or start early.
That's what he said.
You can't drink all day if you don't start early.
That's what he said. So, we do the deal. Now listen, I want to make it very clear. All right, we here at 12 Steps with Whiskey Business do not condone drinking and driving. That is, I want to make that very clear. We absolutely do not condone drinking and driving. And so, for the remainder of this story, I'm going to say Capri Sun. So anyway, we pack a cooler full of Capri Suns, and we're on the road. And Christopher Prince thinks it's a joke. He thinks it's a gimmick. All right? But about 30 minutes into the drive, old Jimmy Two Times calls back to Christopher Prince and says, hey, pass me one of them Capri Suns.
You forget about the part where he tells me like I'm the bitch boy.
Oh, yeah. Chris the cooler boy. Right? He's in charge of passing.
He said, and I quote, you're in charge of the cooler, which pretty much makes you my bitch.
And so Chris was in charge of distributing Capri Suns. And you can use your imagination there.
I thought it was a rib, bro.
So we get on the road, and Jimmy Two Times says, hey, Chris, pass me one of them there Capri Sun gimmicks. And Chris goes, and then Jimmy Two Times said, no, pass me one of those Capri Suns. And so he does. We proceed to go, 80 miles an hour, sipping on Capri Suns all the way to Kentucky. Right? Then we get into Kentucky. Now, at this point, we've had dinner or lunch. We've done some shots. We've drank some Capri Suns.
No, you skip this part of the story every time.
What part of the story am I skipping?
You skip the part of the story where we go to lunch.
I said we had lunch and had some shots.
We go to lunch. I go to take a and I come back and there's a mug of beer. I don't know what kind of beer. To this day, I'm not really sure what kind it was. It was just presented in front of me. You assumed I was going to like it. Actually, he didn't care if I liked it. He actually told me I was going to drink it, which is why I ended up having to drink the whole thing. And then I'm like, okay, like this is a part of the rib, whatever. I've got to drink this deal. And then, right before, I don't even have a chance to really look at the menu. I'm sitting there, waiting, talking to everybody. The waitress comes and brings us shots. Every single one of us.
Yes, she did.
And then we take shots. We order food. After we order food, Jimmy orders more shots.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And
Sounds like a good trip.
and then she brings us the shots. We take the shots. We're sitting there, we're eating our food. She's coming to collect the shot glasses to take them back to, get washed. And, we take the shots. We start eating, not long after she comes, collects the shot glasses. Hey, guys, what kind of shot should we get? Somebody says it's kind of a shot. We get more shots. And then he goes, we'll get the other one, too, that the other guy suggested also. And then he gets these shots. And I'm like, okay, dude. Like, okay, this is a lot. And I was like, I haven't really drank the beer. I'm really not a big drinker, But these shots were so flavorful. Except for the Fireball, because I do not like cinnamon. And anyways, he goes, no, I bought you a mug out of courtesy. You're going to drink that. And I said, are you serious? He said, I paid for it, motherfucker. And then I proceeded to drink it. I went to take a I went to Cam Jackson. I said, Cameron, I'm drunk. He said, that's good, buddy. That's good. I'm happy for you, really. Like, that's what you need right now. I go to the car. Don't know how I got in that thing. And Brayden can tell the rest.
So we head on down the road. We drinking a few more Capri Suns. And we stop at this one old gas station in Kentucky. And this is maybe the greatest store I've ever been in. I do believe Jonny Ryda went to this store one time with me. So we get to the store. Now, Jimmy Two Times and I have made this trip to Kentucky several times. And so we're hyping up this store. We're telling everybody about it. Listen, guys, you can get everything you need right here. All right? They got liquor. They got used tools. They got diapers. They got vintage pornography.
That's waiting on it.
All right? Anything your heart desires, as long as it's got a little book, they got it for you. So we stop at this store. Chris, you gotta come inside. Chris, you gotta see the store, bro. It's so crazy. Like, it's this old, run-down, dilapidated, like, falling apart store. But nonetheless, Chris, you gotta see it. You gotta check the store out, Chris. You gotta come on in and check it out. He goes, I'll meet you in there in a minute. Okay. So we go in, me and Cam, Navy, Jimmy. We're checking the store out, and I'm looking for Blanton's. I find a little bottle of Buffalo Trace or something, So, oh, yeah, I'm going to pick that up. I guess Chris decided to stay in the car. So we leave the store, we're heading back to the car, and lo and behold, I find at the time, a Chris Phoenix. A wild Chris Phoenix in the tall grass. And by the tall grass, I mean the concrete parking lot floor face down. My man did a Ric Flair bump in the parking lot trying to get out the car. So we help him back up. We head on down the road and get to the show. Yeah, of course you don't remember that.
I still don't believe it.
I should have got a picture. We head on down the road. We do the show. Whatever. All right. And then we're going to go fishing in the morning. So we head on back to the cabin. All right. We got a cabin for this right on the river. We wake up early morning. We go hit the river looking for some trout. break out a fifth of wild turkey American honey.
Hell yeah.
And a bunch of like frozen sangria pouches or margarita pouch. You know what I'm talking about? Capri Suns and adult Capri Suns. And we just hanging out there fishing for a couple hours, drinking, having a good time, and head on back, continue the whole deal. And at one point, Chris is throwing up on the side of the road.
Yeah, because you made me you were like, hey man, you gotta try this. I said, nah, man, you gotta really try it. You know what I mean? Like you gotta get the flavors in there. You know what I mean? The more you drink, the better. You're like, no, don't be a bitch. Drink it. And then you waterboarded me with American turkey wild honey.
It's wild turkey American honey, but that's all right.
No, man, I don't care what it is. You guys made me get up twice in a row. We ate, you know, and in between all this, I sobered up, you know, and I was like, finally, you know, we're good, we're okay. And I don't get hungover, thank God. I don't know how that works. But we're like, yo, we got to get White Castle. I'm so excited to get White Castle.
That was after the show. We got White Castle after the show.
Oh, I guess later on, whenever that was, we got this. We got to get White Castle. We got to get White Castle. Yada yada. And then Navy Van Calvin goes, guys, like, what's so great about White Castle? Like I've heard about it, but I don't really get it. Like, what's the big deal? Like, what's their gimmick? You know, what's so great about it? And then Jimmy Two Times go, oh, absolutely nothing, nothing at all. Brayden goes, it actually kind of sucks, but you gotta have it.
Listen, man, we have a lot of good times on the road, and that's really what this podcast is about, giving you guys a little taste of being on the road with Whiskey Business, walking 12 steps with Whiskey Business, and really getting to feel what it's like to be on the car ride home after the show with a car full of wrestlers, just talking, having a good time. You know, we appreciate you guys tuning in, and really, we appreciate you being a part of the Whiskey Business family and part of the XWW family. We appreciate you seasoning your food, and unlike Drew Hood. And if you want to take the seasoning to the next level, head on over to dudesgourmet.com, use promo code SHIP for free shipping. Get that Beef King, Daddy. We'll see you guys next time right here on 12 Steps with Whiskey Business.